First of all, let me thank all of you to be here, join this webinar. JenaSurgical, since the beginning, is very focused on educational program. And also, this event is a part of our academy philosophy and our DNA. My name is Pietro Micarelli, and I'm the clinical marketing manager of JenaSurgical. Let me give you some infos in regarding this webinar. As I mentioned, this is the name of this webinar is how to become a CO2 laser expert. This is the scheduling. The welcome is already gone. And we will introduce the Ifasa. Ifasa is our partner in Spain and is one of our best distributor in both of our main market, I mean in urology and on the CO2 market as well. We will give to you through Jose some of the key strategical sales point to be followed. And then thanks to Giusy, our CO2 expert, we will give to you some information in regarding possible settings and how the system is working on the field. Most of you already know, but I would like to give to you again an overview about Asclepion. Asclepion is an international medical laser company since 1977. Our headquarters is based in Jena, that is the cradle of the optical industry. And Asclepion has developed into an outstanding company in the optical industry. Today, we are present in more of 70 countries, and we will trust a lot on the branding of Made in Germany. As I mentioned before, Asclepion design and sell laser device for general surgery and for precision microsurgery under the branding of JenaSurgical. This is our product timeline, where you can find all our history of the system, including the last entry that are the multi-cut solo, that is more related to the urological line, and the multipulse pro duo. I want to emphasize once again the one of the key points of our strategy, and is the academy. We would like to offer international workshop for companies and physicians in-house and in some of our KOL places. We have already arranged several different workshops in several places in the world. We have qualified speaker and expert. And we also have a very, very important big room in our facilities, in our facility in Jena, where we can arrange online workshop. This is a general overview about the Multipulse Pro family. The family of Multipulse Pro is divided in two different parts. One is related to the Multipulse Pro, where you can find a system with 40 watt and system with 60 watt. And the last entry is the Multipulse Pro Duo, where we have the same tech specs of the 60 watt device, the Multipulse Pro, but we have also the possibility to use an hollow fiber. And this is a very, very important point. We have system for each of the needs of the customers.
Ifasa Medical is a Werfen company specialized in the distribution of medical products in Spain. Ifasa Medical has more than 50 years of experience. Ifasa Medical was founded in 1966 and aimed to be the leading Spanish distributor with a clear customer focus where the hospital and its staff are our end goal. Ifasa Medical bases its strategy on the development of global solutions for all relevant medical areas, such as interventional cardiology, radiology, endoscopy, nephrology, surgery, urology, as well as for the therapeutic areas that include groups such as nursing and material resources with infusion therapies, protection and wound treatment, among others. We are the leading distributor in Spain thanks to our quality criteria and principles. Quality. Our company values are the backbone of our organization. These values drive our business and are the hallmark of what we do and how we do it. Our logistical service, customer service, after-sales service and training receive excellent ratings from our customers. Our values are our greatest strength. The key, investment, financial support and, above all, the human team, which is the main asset of our company.
As first step, I would like to give thanks to JenaSurgical and Pietro Micarelli and all the JenaSurgical team for this opportunity and the confidence to share with you a little bit of our knowledge in the CO2 laser market. Okay. This is the points of agenda for today. Okay, I would like to start making a little introduction about our division and where the CO2 laser is in our portfolio. Okay, after of this, I will start with a short description of the CO2 laser in general. Okay, after of this, we enter directly explaining the Multipulse Pro family, a very specific points or points that I consider that are very important to sell it. Okay, we talk too about the special situation of the Spanish market, and we finish making and showing and sharing some points to consider that for me are very, very important. Okay. Well, as Pietro has commented, my name is Jose Feito. I'm the product manager of the Urology and Surgical Oncology division. Okay, and Ifasa were the distributor until December 2021 of Lumenis. Okay, we were selling all the laser lines of Lumenis, but only for surgical customers. Okay, Holmium laser and CO2 laser. In the case of CO2 laser, we have a very big install base, more than 100 units between Sarplan units and Lumenis units. Mainly this dual system, the Acupulse Duo. Okay, mainly. We start to work with JenaSurgical in 2022 with a very, very good results. Okay, and in the first year, we have installed 8 units. Of these 8 units, 7 of these were Multipulse Pro Duo, and we have installed only one device of 40 watts, the Multipulse Pro. In Spain, we have a very, very strong health system, so our main customers are public hospitals. More or less, the 85% are hospitals that are including the public health system. So we have the disadvantage that the purchase model is tender. Okay, in the past we have the possibility to sell at the end of the year by direct purchase, but today is impossible. Every opportunity must be closed across a tender. Okay. To give service for this market, we have 10 persons, specialized person on the field, person that can enter an operating room, have the correct knowledge to give support to the customers and to lead all the opportunities. One application specialist that is focused on operating room and to give training and support for all our customers. Myself, one product manager, one business manager, a unit manager that control every details of the market, and one division manager. Sorry. The CO2 laser. Okay. I will put in this slide some properties, physical properties that I consider that are very interesting. Okay. One important point is that its chromophore is the water. Okay. So it's not the CO2 laser don't have a very good properties of coagulation, but in general it's perfect to work with soft tissue. Okay. Don't have the possibility to travel across glass. But is reflective bad metals. This is the reason that to use it, we must to use the articulating arm, the free beam, across metallic mirrors, or a special fiber, the hollow fiber. There really is a tube where the laser travels. Okay. A very important point. In my experience, I think that our customer value a lot the very low absorption depth. Okay, because this feature produce a very low thermal damage. So for surgeons that wants a special precision, it is the best tool in my opinion. Okay, and in general have an excellent rate for ablation and cutting soft tissue. Okay, this is a short description. Sorry. Well, Pietro has showed you some slides about the properties, the tech specs of the Multipulse Pro family. Okay, and I have remarked some features that I consider that is very important. Okay, the power, you have two options, 40 watts or 60 watts. Okay, I have remarked 60 watts. Being honest, it's not necessary to manage correctly any kind of surgery to use 60 watts. But in many cases, this feature is very useful to block our competitors. In many cases, there are many competitors, and don't have the possibility to have 60 watts. So it could be a very useful property. Okay. You have two ways for emission, free beam and hollow fiber, as we have commented, and have ultra pulse mode. Okay, in our case, and we can comment in another slides, this mode is very useful for the kind of customers that we are working in Spain. Okay, in addition, we have another 4 modes of emission. Okay, but ultra pulse mode is a very good and critical feature, because in the market there are only 3 devices that have this possibility. Okay, do you have a very high specific accessory for different specialties, like micromanipulator, two models, handpieces, scanners? I think that have a complete portfolio to perform any necessity for every customer. Okay, hollow fiber in disposable and reusable version, and a very big portfolio of fiber accessories, rigid handpieces, malleable handpieces, handpieces specific for laparoscopic surgery, and my favorite is the robotic adapter. Then I think, or in my opinion, I think that is the future for this kind of devices. Okay. I put in this another slide some properties, okay, that is the sensation that we have when we are trying to sell the device to our customers, and these a little points that our customer value a lot. Okay, it's a compact device. But if you compare it with another competitors that have the possibility to have ultra pulse mode, our system is a very compact device. Okay, have a friendly software. You have all the tools that a surgeon can use during a surgery in only one screen: the power, the possibility to have activate the coagulation or not, the shape, the size of the shape, the emission mode, the aiming beam. You can control everything, and this is very important. Okay, it's a very precise device. A very low thermal, have a low thermal damage properties, is incredible. It's a light knife or a Jedi sword in many cases. Have a very excellent cutting and ablation rate. It's very quick. It's very quick. And in summary, the surgeon have the total control during the surgery, and this is very important, because if you have a good experience with the device, you have the 50% of the you have the 50% of the deal. Okay. The Spanish market. There are a lot of specialties that can use the CO2 laser. In our case, we are mainly focused on ENT, and this is the main customer. The 90%, more than the 90% of our sales are for ENT surgeons, okay, the departments. Only in a few cases we have any request for gynecology or dermatology or dental also, okay. In some cases, when the ENT surgeons buy the device, after of the sale appears another specialties that want to use, and normally this is more or less the standard situation in the Spanish market. Okay. Inside ENT department, the 80% of the surgery are for larynx. 50% for otology surgery, and oral cavity or nasal cavity, nasal surgery, we have only 5%. Okay, so this is very important, and this is a point to have in mind if you want to make a demonstration. Okay, I think that it could be very important. Now, at this moment in the Spanish market, in our situation, as I have commented before, we have 10 persons on the field, specialized persons that can enter an operating room, make training, they can give the correct support to the surgeons, and this is a very important point. If you don't have a person that can enter in operating room, can talk in the same language that are using our customer and the surgeons, it's very difficult to enter. Okay, for us, it's mandatory to have another persons like a product specialist and myself in this case to give a high quality support. Okay, it's necessary for demonstration, it's necessary for installations, and all the situations that we can find during an opportunity. Okay, currently we have 2 demo units that in this now are moving around many hospitals for Spain, and we have one device, dual device, multipulse Pro, and another 40 patch device. Okay. In addition, we have another important point is that is a reference center. It's very important to have a hospital where you can send another customer to see the device working. Okay, in many cases, to do a demonstration is very useful. Obviously, in Spain is mandatory, but to have a specialized center you have the confidence to sell your customers, then they can talk honestly, is very useful. Okay, so in this case, we start to talk to work with Professor Oscar Cazorla in the Hospital Virgen de la Victoria in Málaga. Okay, we have in this year 4 demonstrations and have a very good results. I suppose that we finish in August. Okay, points to consider. Okay, we have 2 situations in this case: before sales and after sales. Before sales in Spain, and I suppose it's the same situation in other countries, the demo is mandatory. You can do it in the customer center. It's very standard situation. The customer wants to try the device, but to have a reference center is another possibility, and a very good possibility. I suppose if you don't have any reference center, you can request Jena or request help from another country, but it could be a very useful tool. Okay, and in the last part of the negotiation, the technical support. In our case, as we have commented at the beginning of the presentation, we must to sell across public tender. So it's very important to prepare very carefully the tender specification. Okay, if you make a very good job preparing this specification, to have the possibility to have an open tender and block at the same time all the competitors. Okay, in this case we have a lot of experience, and I think that is a very important point. Okay, after sales, obviously a very good product training process. This is mandatory. Application support during the first surgeries, and a very good technical support and maintenance for all the life of the device. Okay. In this slide, I have prepared an example of the usual standard configuration for ENT. Okay, as I have commented in the first slide, being honestly, to have a good result, it's not necessary to have high power. With 40 watts, you have enough power to perform any surgery. So in this case, in Spain, we have 2 options, or we are offering only 2 devices, with fiber or without fiber. In the case of without fiber, we are offering the Multipulse Pro, 40 watts, only 40 watts, the high-scan surgical, and the EasySpot hybrid. Okay. JenaSurgical have another micromanipulator, the EasySpot version, but we are sure that if you have the correct choice and the best results, the hybrid model is the best option. Okay, obviously. In the case of the with fiber option, okay, obviously we are offering the Multipulse Pro Duo only in the 60 watt option, because we don't have another kind of to change the power. High-scan surgical 2 is spot hybrid, obviously, and cutter and stripper for fibers, and a selection of the hand pieces. Okay, JenaSurgical have a big portfolio of hand pieces, as we have commented in the beginning of the presentation. I think that more than 20 models, and I'm sharing with you my own selection. Okay, with these 5 units in the ENT, for ENT surgeon, you can cover all the situations that a surgeon can be need. Okay, if it were impossible to cover everything, I think that the 95%. Okay. If you have any doubt about why we have selected these 5 units, for me will be a pleasure to help you. Okay, and for me it's finished. Thank you so much, and I hope that this this presentation can help another people to start in this market.
Thanks a lot, Jose. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me add something to your presentation, just to be clear regarding the two options, the 40 watt and the 60 watt. There's a reason why the Multipulse Pro Duo is just configured as a 60 watt device. And the reason is very simple. Using the fiber, the hollow fiber, you have a lot of loss of energy due to the fact that the energy is coming through this hollow fiber and has been reflected into the fiber. So the reason is, it's simply the fact that we want to have enough power even when we are using the fiber. Okay, but I fully agree with you, Jose. For ENT treatment, you can easily choose the 40 watt option as maximum power.
So we start the laser now. You see that's very fast is ready. They do the system check, very important. When something is wrong, they don't will start. So very important. All the person in the OR or they works with the CO2 laser, they must have the software goggles. So then you go OK, and then we have the first page from the laser. So we can work freehand, fiber, high scan surgical, and then we have the database inside from the machine that helps the doctor when they works the first time with the laser. So we have dermoaesthetic, ENT, gynecology, dentist, and other. So today we start with ENT. So we have the larynx, pharynx, trachea, bronchi, ear, nose, and oral cavity. Then we have the endoscan, the fiber, freehand, and high scan surgical. So we put off the larynx today, then high scan surgical, and you have all the parameters inside. You have ablation, you have fibrotic granulomatosa, you have brushing, you have cartilage, cut, so you have a lot of parameters, mucosa. Then you can put one, select, and then you see you have the power and the deep mode here and the size that you can change. So we come back on the first. So then we start with freehand. So by freehand we have the power from the laser that you see, the emission mode, expert mode, and the aiming pin. Emission we have ultra pulses that we use all the time in the surgery. Then we have smart pulse, deep pulse, HP, and then CV. So all the pulses that we use in the surgery is CV and ultra pulses. Then we have exposure mode. We have continuous, single mode, and repeat. Single mode means the doctor can give the time they need for a cutting or a vaporization, and all the time they had to put on the foot switch. Or with repeat, so they have pause and repeat. But I think every doctor will work by self, so they work with continuous. Then we have the aiming beam that you can change, more light or less. And then we have the dial. This is the diode aiming beam off while lasing. So they mean that when the doctor will work and they will put on the foot switch, they don't see the aiming beam from the laser. That it's very important when the doctor do a lot of training for other doctors, so they can show what's happening on the tissue. So I show you the high scan surgical. We have a lot of different shape. So we have the nose scan, the laser beam. Then we have the line, that you can change the size and you can change the deep mode or power mode. Then you have the half circle, or isn't half, but you can have a full circle. Then we have the closer or ellipse or scanner. They have many of names on the bands of the company. Then we have the hexagon. Then we have a full ablation. And then we have the full circle and the spiral. We use this for the stapedectomy and for curotomy. So we have two different emissions. We have CV, continuous wave, that we only use for the stapedectomy, curotomy, and then we have ultrapulses for the other shapes. But with ultrapulses, you know, we don't have carbonization. It's the better one to work. Then we have the one settings for the centering. That's very important. Why? When you are not sure that you are in focus with the microscope and the microscope and micromanipulator, you can change the centering here. You have the circle, you can move the axe right or up and down, and then you can looking or you are in the right focus, but you need the right distance, and then you can save. That is very important. So then we have the aiming beam that you can change. You have the deep and power mode. Single explosion is to say you have the continuous. With the pass you have the single and repeat, but every doctor works in continuous. Another nice feature is the doctor can save the parameter. I don't like to say to the doctor, please save your parameter, but every patient, every tissue is different. So you can put here what you will do, ablation or cutting, and then select the name, and then you can write everything, and then can you save. And then you have here every parameter that the doctor normally uses. So now show you the fiber. It's very simple to use. We have the same, we have the power, and we have two emission mode, two pulses. We have ultra pulses and we have smart pulses, DP, HP and CV. But we use all the time here CV and HP. It's the same. We have the continuous, single and repeater. Aiming beam. And then the airflow, they need it when you work in laparoscopy, but you need a clean ear. So we have an internal and external airflow. So then we start with the high scan surgical. Let's start with no scan. I show you the first time CV, what's happened on the tissue, and the aiming being with dowel and with no dowel. So then let's go. So we started now with the CV. You can see the difference after. So the CV have a little bit carbonization on the side. So when you have a big tumor or some things to go faster, then you can use. But for delicate area, it's most important to use the ultra pulses. So now I show you the ultra pulses. So we have the power 5 watt, and you can see the difference now. You see? Perfect. when you are in focus, you don't have a carbonization. So now I show you the line. The biggest one, 6.3 millimeter. With emission, we start the same with CV, and then we will looking what's happened on the tissue. Then we have one times we do the double time with power mode and one with deep mode, that you can see the difference. And the same I will do with ultra pulses. 5 watts. I show deep mode and I show power mode. So we do the same test, but we use the ultra pulses, 5 watts, and you can see the difference. This was the deep mode, and then now I will use the power mode. You see, it's not carbonization on the side. Why? We are in focus with the microscope, we are in focus with the micro manipulator, so nothing can go wrong. Then when you want, you can position the line. It's very simple for the doctor to use. The doctor will position it of the cord walker or of some things. So now I'll show you the half month, what it's happened with the carving 100% or half month direct. The first one with CV and the second one with ultra pulses. And power mode. Sorry, I show you the power mode and I show you the deep mode. Now we have the circle. I can the same move the circle. There's a half month. Then I will change and do a full circle. Now we have a full circle, and I use the same parameter, 5 watts with ultra pulses. And now I will show you with CV. 5 watts, the same. You see a little bit carbonization around. So never use CV for delicate parts or delicate tissues. So then we have the ablation with the ellipse. Then I will show you the same, the deep mode, the power mode, ultra pulses and CV. Now I'll show you the ablation with 5 watts, the same, but when you have a bigger one you need more energy, and we use the CV now. With towel. A little carbonization in the center. So then now I will use the ultra pulse. You see, it's a little bit different with ultra pulses and CV. That you can see very, very clear. Then I will use the deep power. You see the difference with the ultra pulses? You see, nothing is happened, nothing is wrong. Then I will show you the full hexagon, full ablation with different modes. And then we have for the staphylectomy, viticurotomy, we have two different shape. Now we test the hexagon. There's a full ablation with ultra pulses. So, perfect. And then we go with CV. already. So you see it's a lot of carbonization. Now we're looking for the two shapes for the curotomy and stapedectomy. So we have the parameter, very good parameter saved in our database. There we go, ENT. So we have here curotomy 250 millimeters, but normally the doctor uses 300. Then you have to select, go inside, okay. Then you have to look in the focal length from the microscope. And then you have the size that you can change, or you have to change for the spiral. Normally it's 0.4 millimeters. And then you have the single shot. Power is 10, deep is 0.80 millimeters, and the dowel time is 2 seconds. Now I will show you for the curotomy, the single shot that we have. You can give the spot size from the prosthesis, and then the doctor will do one single shot. One for the bone and one for the prosthesis. So now I will show you the fiber with the handpiece for laparoscopy. We do power 8 watts and the emission mode auto pulses in continuous mode. So now I show you for the endometriosis. When you are in the near, you can cutting very good. A little bit distance, then you have a little bit vaporization. And that can you use for the laparoscopy, and you can use for the epiglottis, but not this handpiece, another one. But it's the same procedure. Another nice handpiece is the handpiece Focus Stay Focused. The doctor will use this one for the lobe, and you have a ring. You can move for focus on the focus. Now is focus, and then I will defocus. It's very nice handpiece for every ENT. Nice to have.